Hello, I'm Jessica Michaud, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Those of you who follow me know that I am usually traveling the world, attending fashion shows, sitting at the front row from Milan and Paris to Tel Aviv and Singapore. I'm visiting the fashion shows as they're happening live and in person. Granted, this last year we haven't been able to do that, so mostly been watching them online, which gave me the idea that maybe the best thing to do for all of you who love fashion as much as I do is to give you a real-time reaction to fashion shows that I'm seeing online as opposed to seeing in the front row. So not so much a criticism as my gut reaction feedback as I'm watching a show. So I thought I would kick this off as I'm wearing my Gucci green, that I would do the new Gucci Aria collection as my first attempt at doing this. I did do a little bit of this kind of thing live on Instagram. I think that YouTube is a better medium with that, and I'm going to try it out. So please leave a comment and let me know if you like this kind of format down below. And of course, give it thumbs ups and subscribe if you want to see more of these live reactions to different fashion shows online. So first up, it's the Gucci Aria Fall 2021 collection. So let's take a look. All right, so we're going to kick things off here with my first reaction to the Gucci Fall 2021 collection from its 100-year anniversary show. This is the Savoy. You can see a couple of Gucci pieces there, I think, on the outside. And, you know, clearly a private club where you need to have the right password maybe to get in. Maybe the password is Gucci, or you need to be wearing Gucci glasses to get in. Maybe that's the password. It's interesting to see that they're doing this, they're framing this in London, England kind of a vibe, the UK, as opposed to Italy, which of course Gucci is an Italian brand. You would think of the 100th anniversary that it would be an Italian location to celebrate that. Okay, so first look. I'm going to pause it here. First look is always really important because that kind of gives you a definition of what this whole fashion show is going to be about. And it's interesting that this first look is such an iconic referential piece all the way back to Tom Ford. So this is a 1996 red velvet suit that came down the catwalk and actually was worn iconically by Gwyneth Paltrow to the MTV Music Video Awards. So of all of the Tom Ford pieces, this is one of his most iconic, so that Alessandro Michele has this be the first look down the runway is quite telling that he's going to be definitely referencing the past in this collection, some iconic looks, iconic pieces, iconic maybe accessories as well. We'll see. All right, first look. I love this kind of hallway here of flashing lights. It's kind of interesting. So Savoy Club, bombe, as they say in French. So here's a bunch of accessories, quick cuts, a classic beige coat. You can't go wrong with that overcoat. And here's more of a slouchy suit with a Gucci. That's going to be very, very popular, that Gucci necklace there. And again, riding boots. So we saw the riding bomber, as they say again in French, harnesses all around. So there seems to be a lot of references to the horsey world, which is interesting because a lot of people in fashion, okay, yes, riding crop. Okay, I'm gonna pause it here. So a lot of people in fashion think that anything that's related to the equestrian world is the domain of Hermes, where in fact, Gucci also has a claim to fame. It says that it did start out designing stuff for horses, horse gear, horse kit, and so that they have a right to do anything in the world of horse. Of course, you know, we have the horse bit has become such a signature part of the Gucci lexicon. And we've seen it kind of twisted, this kind of stuff in the world of Alessandro Michele, where we're moving all of this horsey leather and metal pieces, moving more into a fetish, you know, sadomasochistic vibe that's going on. Let's say a little bit more constructive, a little bit tighter, a little bit more sexual orientation as opposed to a horse orientation, as this crop seems to be showing here on this model. So you can see her walking by, multicolored bamboo bag, a classic 1970s style men's suit with a belted sweater vest. All right, so I want to pause it here. So we're seeing multiple, styling wise, we're seeing multiple bags. And I think that this kind of fanny pack is going to be very, very popular. It's, you know, of course, already a huge trend, the fanny. I don't think it's going to be going away. I think it's still maybe got another season left in it. Super practical, especially when you don't want to be handling a lot of things, even, you know, in the post-COVID era. I think that having a bag that's on you, that's not going to be anywhere else but on you and not touching or putting down on anything, I think that's probably going to make it continue to be a very popular product. So going to just keep going forward now. It's interesting, the jewelry, the nose ring. Okay, oof, all right, sorry, gonna pause it here. So this is the beginning of what I think we can talk about now, which is for this collection, Alessandro Michele reached out to Demna of Gucci. He's the head designer, Alessandro Michele of Gucci reached out to Demna at Balenciaga, of course, the head designer of Balenciaga. Both brands are part of the Kering group, which makes this collaboration for this collection possible because, you know, Alessandro is riffing on codes of another fashion house, but not stealing because they're participating and working together. So all of those kind of, you know, copyright issues are no longer a problem because, of course, they're all part of the same house, one big happy family. So, but this look in particular is very much more of a Demna at Balenciaga look with a very fitted ruche sleeve top, something that referenced one of his past collections. The shoe legging pants piece is also very much Balenciaga, you know, silhouette. But of course, we're seeing it in the Gucci logo as opposed to maybe, you know, a patent leather. That might be the case that you would usually see it on a Balenciaga runway. And then the top is something, again, that we're referencing a past Balenciaga show with a little opening on the side there. And then we're seeing, of course, the Gucci green color and the red across the top. So it's definitely a silhouette that's Balenciaga and some colors that are very much Gucci. So that's this one, I guess. And we saw that hat there. I want to talk about it because I think that's interesting. Very much the horsey elements here. We're seeing again the bomber hat, and here, well, I skipped it there, but you can see that they're using the harness of a horse kind of as a harness onto the body of the wearer. So, which is, yes, very evocative of a sexual nature. Lots of interesting jewelry on men and women, which is nice to see, like the nose piercing, of course. So it's kind of like a harness hat, flat hat. I like this piece here. Look, so we're talking, you know, if you want to talk about like 80 shoulder pads taken to the 2021 version of that, this is it. So Alessandro Michele creating leather shoulder pads. They almost look like, you know, fashion version of American football shoulder pads here. But what I really like about this is the high collar worn with these chevron pattern to kind of accentuate the waist of this model. I think this is a really beautiful piece, very, and then of course the Gucci colors are straight on. So it's I think that this is a really strong piece. I really like this one with the pleated skirt, very nice. All right, so more great Gucci boots, horse boots, again, great jewelry. Another velvet dress suit. Here we go with the, let me just back that up because I want to show this. So horse, and then again, we're seeing another reference to Tom Ford here. Here's the velvet suit, but done in this kind of lime green, which is amazing. Very strong. Here we go with the real harness. When we're talking about the harness, this is it. So, wow, this shot, I nailed it. Here we go. So we've got a lot of things happening in this. We've got this heart in her hand, which is, I think, really, I mean, I don't think anybody could not think of the fall winter 2018 collection of Alessandro Michele, where he had, of course, the models wearing carbon copies of their own heads in their arms. So that was from that fall winter 2018 show. And then we're also seeing this kind of harness that we were talking about earlier. So we have the bit of the horse there. We've got bits on the shoulders as well. We've got the harness around the waist that's accentuating her waist, that's carrying, again, one of the bamboo handle bags with the bamboo toggle and another one on the side. So she is, you know, locked and loaded with all of her accessories on her and ready to go. And that very much gilded yellow heart, which is a kind of a very strong color again. again for Alessandro Michele here during his tenure at Gucci. All right, quick back and forth. Love the shoulders on this. So we're getting a little more of a Balenciaga shape on that, which is like an oversized, more voluminous. Again, really great tailoring. Loved the shoulders on that. This glitter dress for me is much more of a Balenciaga dress. Yeah, the gathering there. This is Demna Balenciaga for me, again, with a shimmer that I know that Alessandro loves. He loves a good shimmer. And again, we're seeing the heart Marauder bag in her hand. Strong colors. Both designers really love those strong colors. Both Alessandra and Demna love a good strong color. And here I think is the, yes. So here is the first, here's the Hobo Bag. I think this was launched in the 1960s. I know that Gucci has recently really been pushing the Hobo Bag, but here it looks to have the logo of Balenciaga. So these double logo or branded, co-branded pieces are going to be, collector's items from this collection. These are going to be references for years to come. So if we're talking investment pieces, these are the ones that people want to be taking on board, which is like this Hobo Bag in particular. And I love the statement jewelry. Oh my God, Alessandro loves a good message. That one was too fast for me to pick up, but looks like we're pushing statement jewelry. Let's see what this is. So sorry, rolling back. So it's interesting. So this outfit, let's go back. So this outfit is pretty, so there's the great jewelry. So this outfit's interesting. So what we want to focus on in this outfit is not the outfit at all. It really is all about the belt. So it's pretty standard outfit. It's a pink, but a kind of pale pink bustier with leather pants. Okay, great. But it's all about the belt, as you can see, because we've come in on the belt. I don't know if this is a new G or an old G, if it's OG or not, but I like this elongated G. It's very, I like the fluidity of it. I think it's very cool. I think that it's something that feels modern and of the moment, something that feels in motion in a way that we haven't seen past Gs do, perhaps. But if this was vintage, it was very ahead of its time, because I think this looks very, very modern. And again, as you can see that they cropped in on this image in particular, means that they really want to focus on the belt and, product. Yeah, much more interesting than the rest of the outfit. It's all about the belt on that one. All right, let's just drag our feathered piece down on the ground because we're so fabulous. I love that. I don't know if you caught that. You can see it here. You can see how the buttons are kind of curving up the side of the jacket. I just think that that's beautiful. Not huge fan of all of the different prints and patterns on the bag. I think it's a bit much, even for Alessandro Michele Gucci. I do have to say that I am I'm not a big printed fan, but so maybe I'm biased against it. But for me, of all of the options of pieces that you would invest in this collection, this would not be the one I would pick. Although I love the jacket. I think that the coat. I think that the coat here is just gorgeous. Yeah, that curving gold buttons on this coat is so beautiful. Also like the really high collar. All right, another heart in the hand. So this is not a trompe-l'oeil. I wasn't sure until I got up close if this was a trompe-l'oeil. It looks like it is basically like a crop top that looks like it's a harness or suspended to the skirt. And again, the focus here is very much on the heart, as you can see, side zipper skirt, sexy yet classic, which I love. Very much a Judith Lieberman kind of a bag there. So that's an interesting idea, but I love the heart. I think it's beautiful. Again, iconic piece. If you're going to invest in something, it'll probably cost an arm and a leg, but yeah, for those who are, diehard Gucci fans, that's the show-stopping piece from this collection. All right. So great. We have feathers on a suit. All right. I love this Gucci, full Gucci logomania. We can't talk about Gucci or any fashion house that existed in 2000s without talking about logomania. And here we have it in its full glory. Gucci colors, leather piping, kind of a, maybe we could say this is a more of a Balenciaga silhouette, kind of a more of a rounded oversized, but it is Gucci fabulous in all of its Gucci-ness, especially when you have that coating of shimmer that goes along with it. So shimmer, shimmer, Gucci, Gucci, fabulousness all the way through. Okay, so again, let's say, again, the red suits. So maybe this is another, a signpost within the collection. You know, we have another one of Tom Ford reference red suits, which is wonderful. Very sexy with the kind of harness down the front. I prefer the Gucci logo to this one, I have to say. It's a similar cut, but not as interesting. All right, so we have the heart with the Savoy. So this is interesting. I'm going to see if I can scroll this back a little bit. See if I can get it back a little bit. Yeah, here we go. So this is interesting because this has more of a Balenciaga Demna silhouette with it. Again, we have all of the, you know, bags being carried. We have the Savoy little blue heart there, but the shape, this hourglass shape, is very much something that Demna really brought to the fore during his tenure at Balenciaga. Really made this part of his signature there. And then again, it's all Guccified with head to toe Gucci logos. All right. Ooh. So this one I like even more maybe than the last one because it's just so 70s. Look at all those rings. That is so Alessandro. All right, so super short shorts, more Gucci logos, handbag, holding a rabbit. Why not hold a rabbit? You know, I mean, we're here. Why not bring in a rabbit? It's going to be easier than a dog. So here again, we're seeing these feather sleeves. We're seeing the whip, the leather kind of crop there. I think that piece was all about selling the jewelry. Love this. Hold on. Love this for actually also promoting the lipstick. All right, just going back. Sorry, you guys, I'm just enjoying this so much. All right, so this is all about evening wear and all about the Gucci jewels. So you can see the double G there in the nose clip, which is very, very interesting. I wonder if anybody can wear that nose clip. Anyway, so lace and feathers for this one, but this next one, I really love how loose and relaxed this is. This feels almost kind of 80s, and it's the way it's relaxed and loose, late 70s, early 80s in the Gucci green, which is wonderful. And I love this little nod to the Gucci makeup. Quick little touch, little nod, little, you know, to camera, very, very clever. Love this fireman jacket. Beautiful, oversized, asymmetrical, gorgeous. Not loving that bag. Harness, hats will definitely be editorial. Famous Gucci jacket with the pink and the purple, which is, of course, you know, Alessandro has made unexpected colors become such a hallmark of what he does. You know, you just don't expect to see all those colors together, except how you expected a Gucci, which is great to see. All right, so we had a sneak peek of this piece right at the beginning of the video as our first catwalk model came down the runway. We saw this outfit, and this looks to be like faux fur, chevron, black and white, again, statement. So little kitten heels. Yeah, who doesn't want a good red pant? And then again, you know, the movement, I love the movement of the feather pieces. That looks like a complicated bag. It's interesting to see these little kitten heels. That hasn't been around for a while, so it's good to see that. Just enjoying them. Ooh, love the shoulders on this. Let's see if we get them again. Yes, love the shoulders on this piece. This is much more, again, if we're talking about shape. So it seems to be very much as far as the partnership between Gucci and Balenciaga, you know, era of Demna. The shapes and the silhouettes seem to be moving more into the Balenciaga space, whereas the logos and the shimmer and shine and the razzmatazz, let's say, is very much the Gucci side of things. So we're talking about the silhouettes of Balenciaga, and this is a perfect example. This is very much for that first Balenciaga show for menswear, where you had the really oversized tops and jackets and with the cropped pants. This is very much harkens back to that first collection for sure. Not a huge fan of the bag. Okay, another whip. Love the feather, you know, dégradé pants. I mean, those are super editorial. Somebody famous is going to wear that. All right, so this is the money shot right here. So this is, I think this has been seen everywhere. You know, this image traveled around the world in the fashion world. So it's this, the Gucci and Balenciaga logos plastered all over, like I talked about a minute ago, with the silhouettes being very much a Balenciaga type of silhouette. So we're having that hourglass shape, and then the bling of Alessandro Michele with the matching heart, beating heart. And how do you come up after that? Like what? So after a look like that, people are going to be, you know, when you're in the front row at a show, after a look like that, you know, whatever the next look is, no one's going to be thinking about it because they're still thinking about that super glittery Balenciaga, Gucci fabulousness that we just saw. What do? You do a black patent leather skirt and a red top with furry, you know, cuffs. So nice, classic. All right, bring in some jewelry, kind of shape it up a little bit with a little bit of cutting. Yeah, focusing on the jewelry and the accessories. Okay, here's another. So here we've got a lot of things going on as well. So we have the short crop pants, which we mentioned earlier is a nod to Balenciaga. We have the Balenciaga logo and the Gucci logo on another jacket. I wonder if this is in velvet. If it's in velvet, that's another layer. That's a Tom Ford layer. Then we have the Savoy riding bomber, as I can't seem to think of the word in English anymore. I'm so used to saying in French. And of course, the riding boots. All right. Love that green. Oh, so is that it? So again, we're seeing the harnesses here on the dress, kind of an overlay. So it's a very fluid dress that's happening. And then to kind of like anchor it, literally anchor it, you've got all of these harnesses on the sleeves, you got the harness on the waist, and it's that beautiful Gucci green that I love. A lot going on there. Again, the high collar, that's great. The strong, like, so also, did you see that there's this zipper here? I'm going to go back to it. So you've got the zipper at the front down in yellow. So it's meaning that you've got it from the top down and the down up, and then you also have a zipper in the back. So multiple zippers, so you can get in and out of that outfit any way you want. All right, so here are stars. So I know that stars were something that also that Tom Ford really loved during his time at Gucci. So, and this is so 70s, this is so David Bowie. He even looks a little David Bowie-ish. Here's a new print, I think. Is that Gucci's? Yes, Gucci print. Loving the colors. Again, the contrasting zipper there at the front to give a, you know, to center the eye. There's something almost Western about that. Ooh, love this. Love this, love this, love this. I love again, like I said before, I am not about prints. I'm not a huge prints. I like to have things sober. But this, I love how this looks. I love the squares. I love the color contrasts. Yeah, everything about that. He looks like he's wearing a carpet from the 1970s, and I absolutely love that he's wearing a carpet from the 1970s. He looks fabulous in it. It looks really good on him. It doesn't look heavy, but the fabric moves really lovely. I love this, which is strange for me. Yes, this is very editorial, very colorful. Not sure if it works as well. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. The open side sleeves. Yeah, this is just gorgeous. It's just a gorgeous piece. Can you imagine wearing that without anything underneath? How sexy that would be. You get the kind of, if you were a woman, you get that great kind of side boob thing happening there. It could be gorgeous. It also looks beautiful layered with a shirt, kind of, you know, makes it a little bit more prim and proper. But yeah, no, I think that this is gorgeous sweater. Yeah, with one with short pants. And again, the Gucci riding boots. Okay, the Savoy Club. Maybe they'll do a version of that without the Savoy Club. So here's a skirt version of the dress that we saw earlier with a very intense model. I think there are like 94 models in this show, so we've got a lot of room to cover. Another great suit, short suit with a polka dot bag. Why not? Why not? Yellow bra top and matching skirt with a bit of lace, you know, to cover it up. Let's see what we got here. Oh, this is dashing in this great blue. double-breasted with the matching hat and coat. Wow, another statement coat. Like I've always said, you can wear great basics underneath, but if you can invest in some great statement coats, that's always the way to go. And this is definitely a statement coat because you're having the white, and then you're having a three-dimensionality of it because you're seeing all of these kind of feathers that are in a strong, opposing color, this red, that are sticking straight out, that make it really, really, really impactful. I love that piece. Again, very editorial. Classic, white suit. Why not? And he's got his little clutch. He's looking ready to go out for a night on the town, anywhere. A blue suit with matching or, sequins gloves. Very fabulous. All right, so here's another money shot. We're having the famous Flora Print, of course, which was made for Grace Kelly in the 1960s. This was actually reintroduced during the era of Frida Giannini. She loved this print and used it a lot during her collections. Here we're seeing it on a full outfit, again, with the silhouette that's very much the Balenciaga, and then we're layering, so we have the Flora, and then we have the Balenciaga logo on top. So again, the two different houses coming together, silhouettes and prints on one fabulous outfit. Again, this will be shot editorially. You will see this in the Vogues around the world, if not other places. All right, who do we got? Again, so we're having a great velvet suit. What are you going to do after you have that last iconic piece? You're going to have something that's a little bit quieter, but then he's got this statement necklace here showing us that jewelry works just as good on men as it does on women, and he looks amazing with this piece. Very, very beautiful. So high jewelry. I have to look into the high jewelry about Gucci, because you're really putting a focus on their high jewelry here. So very much the S&M features here with all of this kind of latex outfit. Yeah, 94 models. We've got a lot to get through. Yeah, less of a fan of this kind of more boxy bags. I prefer the others. I love the movement of this, the pleated sleeves. This is very rock and roll, again, with the Hobo Bag. Love, I think that's a shearling. This is gorgeous. The matching gloves with I love the texture. Hold on, I just want to go back and watch that again because the texture on that was amazing. Can I do that? I'm going to move this over. Sorry, guys. I'm going to move this out of the way because I can't get to it otherwise. So I'm going to move it back for a second. I'm going to move this down and out. All right. So back to this. Maybe I'm going to move this up. Here we go. Up over here, up in the top corner. All right. Shaggy. Love that. Yeah. Shearling shagginess. So this, I love this. I love the texture. I love the multicolor. I love that they match the skirt with the gloves. So yes, that's a rapper's delight right there. Beautiful Gucci sequins. Again, you can see that that's a huge happy place for Alessandro. This is very naughty. Again, really cropped, like severely cropped top. And here we have for the ladies a sheer look with holding the heart. And let's promote the perfume. Why not? With another sequins outfit. So shimmer and lace together, always a beautiful combination. And then what are we doing here? Okay, a lot more lace, again with the nose ring, again with the face covering, loving, again, the feather sleeves. I think it creates a great volume and juxtaposition. Oh, we'll talk about volume. Look at this guy. The volume on this, again, more of a Balenciaga volume, and the feathers and this fuchsia are gorgeous. Oh, look at that. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeousness. So fab. With the boots. I love the practicality of the kitten heels. I gotta say, I'm not about the high heels, so I'm glad to see that we're not seeing a ton of high heels. We're seeing these kind of low heels where it looks like they folded the back inwards so that you can just slide them on, sort of more slides, like kitten slides, instead of like a kitten heel slide, and boots. So I'm all about this. Like the super, high heels is not my jam. So personally, I like this. So we're seeing lace and shimmer together. Yep, harness, harness, harness. So it's the sweet and spicy together. Yeah, love that model. Wow, gorgeous. Another great suit, this time in a leather. I love the androgyny of some of these models. And here we're getting another, again, the Balenciaga silhouette. We're seeing the 100 hat. So, you know, maybe if you can't invest in any of these super expensive pieces, then you're going to get the 100 Gucci hat. Maybe if you're lucky, you'll get it as a gift sent to you because you're a very popular influencer. Otherwise, yeah, Gucci hat, and the silhouette here we've got with the logos of Balenciaga overlaid on top of the Gucci with the Gucci colors and the the Gucci riding boots. So it's the total package again, Gucci logo, logo, logo. 100, keeping it 100. Okay, so this, for all of you who are diehard Balenciaga fans, know that this is an inspiration from Demna's first collection at Balenciaga, which was a collection that I thought was really interesting. I was in the room when it happened, and I didn't realize, because it was this whole idea of kind of a jacket being shrugged over a beautiful, you know, more sequins or upscale top, but in fact it was the construction, they were built together, so it was designed to actually be built to fall off the shoulders like that. It wasn't just, you know, a stylistic choice. It was actually the piece was designed to fall in that way. It wasn't just that the stylist at the show said, all right, now let's unzip it and let's have it fall off the shoulders. So the construction, as nonchalant as this piece looks, it's very complicated to get done right. And again, a nod to that first collection that Demna did at Balenciaga. Another touchy-feely coat, a little tiny harness there, kind of drummer boy harness going on. Yeah, pretty straightforward bag, why not? I do love the men's suits with the little feathers on the cuffs. I think that's very cool. Love the slouchiness of this and the open, that's very interesting. So you have a zip open sleeve. So it's already slouchy, but then they unzip the sleeves to make it even more slouchy and give it even more movement. And I like also when you can look at the knit here, you can see how you've got that really thick weave of a knit and then the more tightly one in the center. So again, it creates a dimensionality to the sweater. And then we have the necklaces that say Balenciaga and Gucci. So if you didn't get the message already, here you go. Balenciaga and Gucci are playing nicely together in this collection. Another option of a suit where we're seeing again the feathers on the sleeves, this time a little bit more fancy with the polka dot print. So very British looking suit. Love the big pockets, love the harness with it. I'd take it with or without the harness. Okay, oops, I'm gonna roll that back. So this is the famous, for those of you who, again, who love Balenciaga, this bag, let me see if I can freeze frame it right. There we go. So this is the famous Demna's hourglass bag at Balenciaga, and it's got the B for the Balenciaga, and then of course you can see that the actual bag itself has the Gucci logo. So again, if there is an investment piece to be buying from this collection, it's going to be one of these accessories because they will definitely not drop in value. These are the ones that you can have and collect and save and pass on down to your kids or sell and make a profit. These will be collector's items for years to come. This collection will definitely be a reference collection in the annals of the Gucci's heritage and history. All right, another great Balenciaga Gucci combo with the 100, promoting the bag. Beautiful, quiet suit. If you want a quiet version of Gucci, if you don't like the sparkle, yeah, very nice. And I guess this is the final look. So pleated, lame, gold, dramatic, with the heart and an accent, silver accent. And that's it. That is the show. All right, party on. All right, so we're getting a second look at a couple of the different pieces and the garments. Okay. Nice. Love it. So basically you're going to get an experience of what it's like to be at the party, dancing at the Savoy, or being in the dark at the Savoy, and how great all of your glittery pieces will look in the strobe lighting at your at your party. So, and then I guess she's maybe going into the private salon, you know, the VIP area. Let's see where she's headed. going through the patent leather quilted doors into, dun da da da. Oh, all right, peacocks, what do we got? So nature, all right. So she's just with her gloves there, covered in shimmer. All right, so everybody is going out into nature. Well, we all know how much Alessandro loves his nature. So from the city into nature, I think that we're all these days really appreciating the importance of nature and having nature in our lives, including apparently Gucci. All right, so let me stop sharing my screen and give you my final thoughts. So now I'm going to stop my share. And back to me. All right, so what do I think about this collection? I think it's very interesting that Alessandro Michele would call this collection Aria, because that, of course, is the biggest production in any opera. It's the aria. It's the thing that we all know the best. So we're talking about what we know best, the arias of Gucci, the references that we can see, the aria pieces, let's say, of this, of course, is the Tom Ford velvet suit. It's the Flora Print. It's the S&M vibe of Alessandro. It's the romanticism of Alessandro. It's the color palette. The 1970s has always been, even, all the way through. So from the 70s, when it all the way through to today, the 70s has just been a hallmark piece or aspect of Gucci. Also, I would say, we're seeing classic, bags like the Hobo Bag. So there were a lot of great touches and touchstones about the history of the house there. And I'm sure there are more that I missed, but those are the ones that really stood out. What I find interesting is the fact that, considering that this is the 100-year anniversary of the show, why Alessandro Michele would choose this collection, the fall 2021 collection, to partner with another brand, Balenciaga and Demna. Because if there was a moment to kind of not rest on your laurels, but to celebrate your own heritage of your own house, then you would think it would be, for God's sake, your 100th anniversary. So why would you bring in another designer at this point to do this? I mean, this is a pretty unconventional, and I think actually, unprecedented, never heard of, kind of a collaboration. I mean, the last time I can think of course, there was the LVMH, where the Louis Vuitton partnership with Supreme back in the day, but Supreme is a very different animal than Louis Vuitton for the menswear. The other example I can think of is Dries Van Noten and Christian Lacroix, but Christian Lacroix no longer had a house when they partnered up. So again, a very different animal. So the fact that you're seeing two brands that are, at the height of their fashion power, in the sense of, brand recognition, name recognition in the world, Balenciaga and Gucci, they are the two powerhouses right now. And to see that they're teaming up like this is pretty exceptional. So again, if you're an investor in fashion, then any piece from this collection is going to be something that you want to invest in and save your money up and buy, because these will be sought after by collectors, by archivists, for forever and a day. So would I have done this collection now with the partnership? I don't think I would have done that, because I think it maybe dilutes the story about the Gucci and the heritage to a certain extent. Although it's creating great buzz, I still think that they would have had that amazing buzz if they had done it another season. Perhaps Gucci has something else planned later in the year to mark the 100th anniversary, that it's much more core Gucci-ness, perhaps, who knows? But in any case, this collection is going to cause a stir, and it's going to continue to cause a stir. And in the world of fashion today, where we all have like 5 minutes to think about something, maybe, oh, I'm exaggerating, maybe have 30 seconds to think about something, especially if we're going from one show to the other and our attention spans are really short. I think that this is a collection that will hold people's attention for a longer amount of time. So if that's your bar, if that's how you base success on, then this show was incredibly successful. Also, I think this show was incredibly successful in the sense that I felt that there were a lot of pieces in it that were more wearable. There were a lot of pieces that were wearable. You take off a harness here, you take away a whip there. There were a lot of great suits, a lot of great individual pieces. That's, that zip open sweater, the dress with the inverted red and green. There were a lot of pieces that I think that would work every day, that don't scream avant-garde, that could, just maybe a touch of eccentric, depending on how you style it. So I would say overall, a very successful collection, a very well thought out collection on a lot of different levels. So that's my feedback. This is the first time I've done this, so please do leave a comment in the comments down below. Let me know if you want me to keep doing these kind of first reactions of a fashion show. And just to give you an idea of how I kind of see things before I write a criticism of a show, this is just my gut reaction. And that's it. So please subscribe, please leave a comment, let me know, and I will be doing more of these, I hope. All right, bye.